Hi there, Dr. Sue, your expert in healing conflictual family relationships, especially around estrangement and parental alienation. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do that right now. Let's get started on today's video. We're going to talk about 5 things that you can do to reconnect with your estranged or alienated adult child. Reconnecting with an estranged adult child can be deeply emotional and challenging, no doubt about that. But it's absolutely possible to do it in many circumstances with patience, humility, and consistency on the parent's part. Look, this isn't easy to do, it takes a long time. This isn't a race, it's a marathon, and you have to be in the right mindset to do this. That's why I always encourage parents to work on themselves first, to heal themselves from the trauma of being cut off from their child to begin with. But if you are going to start this process of reconnecting, these are my 5 tips on how to begin the process. Number 1, start with a gentle, no pressure outreach to your child to begin with. Send a brief, heartfelt message, perhaps a letter or a text or an email, acknowledging the distance between you without pressuring them for immediate contact. Okay, I see a lot of parents reach out oftentimes and say, we must sit down and talk about this together. That's not the way to go. Using the word must is a demand, and your adult child isn't going to respond to that very well. Here's a great example of how to reach out. Hi, I understand if you're not ready to talk yet, but I love the chance to reconnect when you are ready. I've been thinking a lot about what has gone on between us, and I really want to hear your side of things. That is a great first text, letter, or email. The goal is to open the door without demanding a response in the beginning. That's why a lot of your children are staying away because they feel that you're demanding them to do things that you want them to do. It backfires every time. Number 2, very important in this process. I talk about it all the time on all my other social media platforms as well as here. Parents need to take responsibility and accountability for actions that happened in the past that your child is upset about. But you have to do this without defending yourself or explaining. And that's where it becomes difficult for parents to do this. And that's why extra help from a professional really helps here. If your child is hurt, is connected to the past actions or misunderstandings, then you must focus on listening and acknowledging their experience. That is crucial in this process. Please avoid phrases such as, I'm sorry you felt that way, or I'm sorry if you think that happened. If is not an apology. It's also not a taking accountability. That shifts blame, and that's not what's going to help here. Instead, make direct comments such as, I'm sorry for what I did and how it affected you. Genuine accountability is the most powerful step towards healing in these broken relationships. Number 3, so crucial, consistency and patience. Rebuilding trust takes time, and your child may need space at times or small gestures by you before they feel safe in re-engaging again in any kind of communication. These messages have to build up over time to your child in a consistent way, showing them you're not defensive, showing them you're taking accountability over and over and over, so that your child begins to see that you've changed and that you are able to show up differently for them in a way where they feel heard, seen, acknowledged, and accepted. So you can keep communication light in the beginning. Birthday messages are good. Sending a text maybe every other week. That's good communication in the beginning. Do not withdraw immediately if you're not getting um, a response back from them. This takes time for your child to see that you're being consistent. So keep putting the work in, be consistent in your messages, and trust hopefully will begin to build over time. And number four, very important, please focus on listening, not fixing. We do not fix relationships, we heal them. And a lot of parents want to just fix what has happened. What do I need to do, Dr. Sue? What do I need to say? It's not about saying or doing. It's actually about embracing the process of healing this in a healthy way and learning to reparent your child in a way where they can feel seen and heard because they were not felt that way before. So, when conversations hopefully do begin to happen between you and your child, make listening your priority. And it's listening to understand your child, not listening to just reply. Extremely important to remember that. Let them express their feelings, even if it's painful to you. Don't try to change what they're saying to you. Don't say it didn't happen. Listen, listen, don't fix. Avoid interrupting, avoid explaining or defending yourself. Sometimes just being heard is all people need to know that you hear and see them so that change starts to take effect. Okay? Number five, respect boundaries and rebuild this back slowly. Many parents often say these boundaries are ridiculous. What are boundaries? We never had these growing up with our parents. I know you didn't. And a lot of times it led to unhealthy parent-child relationships. Today we're living in a world where the word boundary is a big word and it's being used a lot. And it's important that boundaries are set, especially in adult child relationships with their parents, because the child needs to also feel that they are in control of what is going on around them to feel safe, especially after having a conflictual relationship with you, their parent. So allow your child to set the pace and the boundary of renewed contact, meaning that needs to be on their terms, when, how much they're going to reach out to you, and when they're going to invite you over. All of those things are boundaries that need to be set to have these healthy relationships today. Rebuilding a relationship with your adult child who you have not had contact with starts out usually with occasional texts before it goes to in-person visits and more. Show that you respect their limits. It's a really great place to begin because it helps rebuild trust and emotional safety with them. I hope that this video was very helpful to you. You may not like everything that you heard in here, but you're not going to like what you hear in here if you're trying to rebuild a relationship with your estranged or alienated adult child. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. And in the end, I have found that parents that do the work and are consistent will rebuild some kind of relationship with their child over time. Is it the relationship that you expect? No. But it is a relationship. And I think that is what the end goal here is when you've had this kind of conflict in your life.